Today's short is being brought to you by Goya Foods. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
Your daily game plan for success. It's Sachs in the Morning. Steve Sachs.
Hi, Steve Sachs here with Sachs in the Morning. Today is the 27th, which is Tuesday the 27th of December. And this week we're talking about feel-good stories. We're talking about passion and things that really get us going to look into the new year. And really, maybe we can find something that can change our lives or change the lives of somebody else. So yesterday we had talked about a man in Italy who graduated college at the age of 96 years old and then continued on to get a master's degree at the age of 98. Man, how about some passion in that dude's heart? But today we're going to talk about the other end of the spectrum. We're going to talk about some youngsters. We're going to talk about Laura and Samantha Kopech. Now, as teenagers, Laura and Samantha were looking for volunteer opportunities to fulfill hours of a program that they were in. They knew there was a local foster group home called the Florida Sheriff's Youth Group in their neighborhood and had known some kids who had lived there while they were in middle school. So Laura and Samantha knew the power of a good meal with family or caretakers, and they started to make meals in their own kitchen once a week for the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch. Now, here's an excerpt from a website where one of the young women talks about the inspiration for their work. So they say, growing up in an Italian household, and I know what that's all about, food was always a symbol of love. My grandparents fed us constantly. They cooked and we ate. Every holiday celebration was an event centered around the meal. Families ate together. We always sat at the same table and prayed and talked, and everyone shared their high points and low points of the day. We listened to each other and we supported one another while we were enjoying a meal. And that brings back so many memories from my family. I used to remember how loud my relatives were, especially on the Italian side, banging the table, kicking the floor, joke after joke, eating. And I remember my nonna, my great-grandmother, directly from Italy, who really didn't speak any English. But when we came to her house, there was so much food there. And if you didn't eat at my nonna's house, oh my gosh, she got ticked off. And I always admired her so much because she was so selfless. All the money that she had gotten, she used to put it into food and give it to people in the community. We'd go over her house, there would be pies, in the kitchen and food on the banister that she'd used to store it because she had made so much food. She made this one great thing, this onion pie. It's called torta. And torta was just it for me. I used to just love to go over to Nana's house and have some of that. So I know all about that with the Italian background that I had on my mom's side. But let me just say this. In 2019, the two sisters founded a nonprofit called Feeding the Fosters. Their team of volunteers has grown into using a commercial kitchen where they now prepare their meals. Think about that. 2019. They're 17 and 18 respectively now. I mean, what were they, 14 and 15 when they started this? I mean, this is pretty amazing that these young ladies had put this together at such a young age. But their organization has raised over $300,000, has delivered over 40,000 meals, and has had 2,500 volunteers help their cause. That's some pretty impressive output when you consider how young these young ladies are. Now, currently Feeding the Fosters serves 20 families daily, making 160 meals each night, and their goal is to add at least one more family each month. Again, here's a bit of what one of the ladies had shared on their website about this, and she says, I quote, "The outpouring of generosity and support has been overwhelming and very much appreciated. The foster children have enjoyed the variety of different foods, and their caretakers are grateful for the extra time that they have dedicated to the kids without worrying about preparing a meal. They built their mission based on faith, family, and community, and that is a very powerful thing." When you think about all these right-minded people coming together to help somebody else, that's a pretty powerful statement, especially when you think it's coming from two pretty amazing young women. Love to hear this. And if you think that's great, wait till you hear tomorrow's story about a certain athlete. This is pretty amazing. And that's my short for today. Hey everybody, Steve Sachs here. And if you're thinking about holiday gifts, why not give a Sachs in the Morning mug or a hoodie or something from the swag department to keep up the inspiration and keep it fresh all day long? And don't forget the Sachs in the Morning holiday gift cards available right now on the website. or I can send a personalized audio message from you to whomever you wish. And you can find all of our gift ideas and my information for greetings right there on the website, saxinthemorning.com. And don't forget, if you or someone you know might be interested in a speaker for an event, you can find that information on the website as well. Just go to saxinthemorning.com. And thanks to Al Hendrickson Toyota for their support of this podcast. And be sure to visit alhendricksontoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.